Hello student, in today's class we are going to discuss average part 3. Now there is a disclaimer. The images used in our slide deck are for educational purposes only. We respect the intellectual property rights of the original creators and owners of these images. If you are the owner of any of the images used in this deck and have any concerns or issues, please contact us at sathi@iitk.ac.in and we shall remove the images. Now see the question. In a class of 80 students, 60% participate in a game and the rest do not. The average weight of the former group is 5% more than that of the latter. If the average weight of all the students is 51.5 kg, then what is the average weight in kg of the former group? And this question is asked in SSC CHSL exam in 2019. So there are four options. First one is 57.6 kg, second is 54.5 kg, third one is 60 kg and fourth one is 52.5 kg. Now you have 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution of this question. So question says that in a class of 80 students, 60%. So we can calculate 60% of 80, which is become 48. Participating in a game, rest do not. So if 48 participate in a game, so 32 will not participate in the games. Now the question says that the average weight of the former group is 5% more than that of the latter. If the average weight of all the students it is given, which is 51.5 kg, so we need to calculate the average weight of the former group. So we can calculate it by applying the average formula. So the correct answer of this question is fourth one, which is 52.5 kg. Now see the detailed solution of this question. So total weight of 80 student become 80 into 51.5. So it will become 4120 kg. Now 60% participated in games. So the total participant will become 60% of 80, which is equals to 48. Now the number of students who did not participate become 80 minus 48, which is 32. So assuming weight of 32 student be W, every student's weight is W, we let, so weight of 48 student will become W plus W into 5, because 5% more, we can calculate the 5% of W. So according to question, then we can say that 1.05 W multiplying by 48, because 5%, when we make them in fraction, it will become 1.05 W plus W into 32, because we let the each student weight as a W of 32 students. So, and the total weight is equals to 4120 kg. So we can equate it and we get the value of W, which becomes 50 kg. Now question is the average weight of the former group. Now it is given that in the question, the former group weight of the former group is 5% more than the latter. So average weight of the former group will become 1.05 W. So we just multiplying it. 1.05 multiplying by W is 50. So it will become 52.5 kg. So fourth one is the correct answer of this question. Next one. The average weight of some student in a class was 58.4 kg when 5 students having the average weight 62.8 kg joined the class. The average weight of all the students in the class increased by 0.55 kg. The number of students initially in the class were, and this question is asked in SSC CGL 2021 exam. So there are four options. First one is 30, second is 35, third one is 25 and fourth one is 40. Now you have 10 seconds to solve this question. Your time start now. Now time is up. Let's see the solution of this question. So the question says that the average weight of some student, so we don't know the number of student, but it is given that the average is 58.4 kg. When 5 students having the average weight of 62.8 kg join the class and the average weight of all the students in the class increased by 0.55 kg. So we can increase it. So we need to calculate the number of students initially in the class. So we can calculate it by using the average formula. So the correct answer of this question is second one, which is 35. Now see the detailed solution of this question. So assuming total number of student be T after joining the 5 student. So according to question we can say that 0.55 T, it should be equals to 5 into the difference between their weights, which is 62.8 minus 58.4. So it will become T equals to 5 into 4.4 upon 0.55. So we get the value of T, which is 40. Now this T is the number after joining the 5 students. So initial number of students in the class were minus 5. So 40 minus 5, which is equals to 35 students. So second is the correct answer of this question. Next one. The average mark of 30 boys is 88. The average, and when the top scores were excluded, the average mark reduced to 87.5. If the top scores differ by 2, then the highest mark is, and this question is asked in SSC CGL 2020 exam. So there are 4 options. First one is 94, second is 96, third one is 92, and fourth one is 90. Now you have 10 seconds to solve this question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution of this question. So question says that the average marks of 30 boys is given 88. So we can calculate the total marks of 30 boys. 30 into 88. And when the top scores were excluded, the average mark reduced to 87.5. It means half point 0.5 value will be reduced. When top two score we will reduce. We will exclude. So question says that if the top 2 scores differ by 2, then the highest mark was. So we can calculate it. So the correct answer of this question is second one, which is 96. Now see the detailed solution of this question. So average mark of 30 boys is equals to 88. So the deviation of mark of 28 boys will become 0.5 multiplying by 30 when we excluded top 2 scorer. So it will become 15. Now the sum of mark of 2 boys we get, which becomes 87.5 plus 15, because this is the average. So total will become 190. Now let the higher mark be T, then the lower mark will become T minus 2, because the difference between higher and lower is 2. So we get T plus T minus 2, which is equals to 190. So we can calculate the value of T. So we get the value of T, which is 96. So second is the correct answer of this question. Next one. The average score in mathematics of 90 students of section A and B together is 49. The number of students in A was 25% more than that of B, and the average score of student in B was 20% higher than that of the student in A. What is the average score of the student in A? And this question is asked in SSC CGL exam in 2021. So there are 4 options. First one is 44.5, second is 44, third one is 45, and fourth one is 45.5. Now you have 10 seconds to solve this question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution of this question. So question says that the average score in mathematics of 90 students is given, which is 49. So we can calculate the total score of 90 students in section A and B together by multiplying 90 into 49. And it is also given that the number of students in A was 25% more than that of B. So if we make the fraction of 25%, so we can say that if the number of students in class A, in class B is 4, so in class A will become 5. because 1 will be increases 25%, 1 upon 4. So if in class B is 4, so in class A will become 5. And the average score of student in B was 20% higher than the student in A. So when we make the fraction of 20%, we get 1 by 5. It means if the number got by student in section A is 5, so in student section B got 6. Now the question is, what is the average score of the student in A? And this question is asked in SSC CGL exam in 2021. Now we can calculate it. So the correct answer of this question is third one, which is 45. Now see the detailed solution of this question. So assuming the number of student in B as a 4, so we can say that the number of student in A will become 4 into 5 by 4, which is equals to 5, because 125% of 4, which is 5. Same way, the number of student, now the total student will become 5 plus 4, which is 9. So the average score of 9 student, which is 49, if we compare it. So we get, assuming average score of A, B, let as a 5T. So average score of B will become 60. 5T into 120%. So we can calculate it. We got 60. So according to question, 5T into 5 plus 60 into 4, which is equals to 9 into 49. Total sum. Now when we solve it, we got 25T plus 24T, which is equals to 9 into 49. So when we sum up, we got 49T. So value of T is 9. Now we know that. So the average will become 5 into 9. So which is equals to 45. So third one is the correct answer of this question. Next one. Set A contains 7 number and the average of these number is 41. Set B contains 5 number and the average of these number is 44. So the overall average of both the set is, and this question is asked in SSC MTS exam in 2019. So there are 4 options. First one is 42.75%, second is 42.25%, third one is 41.75%, and fourth one is 42.5%. Now you have 10 seconds to solve this question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution of this question. So question says that set A contains 7 numbers and their average is 41. Set B contains 5 number and their average is 44. So we can calculate it total by applying the formula of average, sum of observation upon number of observation. So 41 multiplying by 7 plus 5 multiplying by 4 and dividing by 7 plus 5, which becomes 12. So we get the average of the combined set of A and B. So the correct answer of this question is second one, which is 42.25. Now see the detailed solution of this question. So sum of all 7 numbers will become 41 into 7, which is equals to 287 of set A. Same way, sum of 5 of set B, which becomes 44 into 5, which is equals to 220. Now we can calculate the required average. So the required average will become 287 plus 220 upon 12, which is equals to 42.25. So second is the correct answer of this question. Next one. The average marks of two classes M and N are 25 and 40 respectively, and the overall average is 30. The ratio of the student of classes M and N is, and this question is asked in SSC MTS exam in 2019. So there are 4 options. First one is 2:1, second is 5:6, third one is 1:2, and fourth one is 5:3. Now you have 10 seconds to solve this question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution of this question. So the average mark of two classes M and N is given, which is 25 and 40 respectively, and the overall average is also given, which is 30. So we need to calculate the ratio of the student in class M and N. So applying the average formula, and we make the ratio of students. So the correct answer of this question is first one, which is 2:1. Now see the detailed solution of this question. So sum of marks of class M, we let it as a 25x. X we let number of student in M, and Y we let it as a number of student in N. So we can say that sum of marks of class N will become 40y, 40 into y. So the average will become 25x plus 40y upon x plus y, and which is given average mark, which is 30. So we can equate it. So 25x plus 40y upon x plus y equals to 30. So when we simplifying it, we get 25x plus 40y. Cross multiplying, we get 30x plus 30y. Then we get, when we simplifying, we get 10y equals to 5x. Or we can say that x ratio y, we got 2 ratio 1. So first one is the correct answer of this question. Next one. On a journey across Kolkata, a taxi average 50 km per hour for 50% of the distance, 40 km per hour for 40% of its, and 20 km per hour for the remaining distance. Now the question is the average speed in kilometer per hour for the whole journey, and this question is asked in SSC Sub Inspector exam in 2013. So there are 4 options. First one is 42, second is 40, third one is 35, and fourth one is 45. Now you have 10 seconds to solve this question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution of this question. So question says that the taxi average is 50 km per hour for the 50% of distance, 40 km per hour for 40% distance, and 20 km per hour for the remaining distance. And we need to calculate the average of the whole journey. So we can calculate it by applying the average formula. So the correct answer of this question is second one, which is 40. Now see the detailed solution. So the first we need to calculate the time. So time will become, total time will become 50 kilometer, or we can say that half distance by 50 kilometer per hour. So we let the total distance as 100 kilometer. So we can say that half will become 50 upon 50, and 40%, so 40 kilometer, which is 40 upon 40, plus remaining distance will become 50 plus 40, 90. So 10 dividing by 20. So time will become 1 plus 1 plus half, which is equals to 5 by 2 hours. Now we need to calculate the average speed. So the average speed will become 100 dividing by 5 by 2, which is can be written in the form of 100 into 2 by 5, which is equals to 40 km per hour. So second is the correct answer of this question. Next one. A person was asked to guess his own weight. He estimated his weight to be over 70 kg but less than 80 kg. His friend estimated his weight to be more than 74 kg but less than 84 kg. His mother said that his weight is less than 78 kg. Assuming that the weight are a whole number and that are the three had correctly guessed, then what is the average of the possible weight? And this question is asked in SSC CGL exam in 2019. So there are 4 options. First one is 76.5, second is 76 kg, third one is 77 kg, and fourth one is 75 kg. Now you have 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution of this question. So question says that a person who was asked to guess his weight, so he estimated over 70 and less than 80. Second friend estimated more than 74 but less than 84. It means we can say that the person weight is more than 74. Now his mother said that his weight is less than 78. So we can also say that the weight is more than 74 but less than 78. Now question says that assuming that weight are a whole number and all three had correctly guessed. So we can say that 75, 76 and 77. There will be only 3 possibility. So we need to calculate what is the average of the possible weight. So we just add up 75, 76 and 77 and dividing by 3. So we get the average of the possible weight. So the correct answer of this question is second, which is 76 kg. Now see the detailed solution of this question. So person guessed 71 to 79? Because it says that more than 70 plus, but less than 80. His friend guessed 75 to 83, between 75 and 83. And her mother guessed less than 78. So we can say that the possible weight, which is 75, 76 and 77. So what will be the average? Sum of observation upon number of observation. So required average will become 75 plus 76 plus 77 by 3. We got 76 is the correct average. So second is the correct option of this question. Next one. The daily average rainfall of 5 days of a week is 30 mm. If the rainfall on days 6th and 7th are 42 mm and 25 mm respectively, then what is the average daily rainfall for 7 days? And this question is asked in SSC MTS exam in 2021. So there are 4 options. First one is 31, second is 29.5, third one is 33, and fourth one is 28.5. Now you have 10 seconds to solve this question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution of this question. So first we need to understand the question. Question says that the average is given of 5 days. So we just multiplying it 5 into 30, we get the total rainfall in 5 days. And 6th and 7th days are given. On 6th days, rainfall is 42 mm, and on 7th day, there is 25 mm. So we add up all the days rainfall and then dividing by 7, and then we get the average of the week, or we can say that the average daily rainfall of the 7 days. So the correct answer of this question is first one, which is 31 mm. Now see the detailed solution of this question. So the total rainfall in 5 days will become 5 into 30, which is 150 mm. So the total rainfall in a week will become 150 plus 42 plus 25, which is equal to 217. So we need to calculate the average. So just dividing by 217 by 7. So hence the average rainfall in a week will become 217 upon 7, which is equal to 31 mm. So first one is the correct answer of this question. Next one. The average age of a number of person in a group was calculated as 35 year, which was 2.5 year more than the correct average, as there was an error in recording the age of two person as 38.5 year and 40 year instead of 29 year and 22 year respectively. So the number of person in the group was, and this question is asked in SSC CGL exam in 2020. So there are 4 options. So first one is 11, second is 12, third one is 15, and fourth one is 16. Now you have 10 seconds to solve this question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution of this question. So in this question, we don't know the number of person. We need to calculate the number of person, but their average is given, which is 35. And it is also given that which was 2.5 year more than the correct average, as there was an error recording, as the age of two person is 38.5 and 40 instead of 29 and 22. So we add up these two and subtracting these two, and we get the our answer. Then we can calculate the average. So the correct answer of this question is first one, which is 11. Now see the detailed solution of this question. So according to question, we can say that, so the total number of person will become 38.5 plus 40 minus 29 and minus 22 and dividing by 2.5. So we get the number of persons. So when we calculate it, we get the number of person, which is 11. So first one is the correct answer of this question. Next one. The batting average of 40 innings of a cricket player is 50 runs. His highest score exceeds his lowest score by 172 runs. If these two innings are not included, the average of the remaining 38 innings is 48 runs. The highest score of the player is, and this question is asked in SSC Sub Inspector exam in 2013. So there are 4 options. One is 175, second is 178, third one is 120, and fourth one is 174. Now you have 10 seconds to solve this question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution of this question. So question says that the batting average of 40 innings is given, which is 50 runs. So we can calculate the total runs in 40 innings, 40 into 50. We can calculate it. So which becomes 2000. Now it is given that his highest score exceed his lowest score by 172. And it is also given that if these two innings are not included, the average become of 38 innings is 48. So we just multiplying it and we get the total runs in 38 innings. Now the highest score of the player, so we can calculate it. So the correct answer of this question is fourth one, which is 174 run. Now see the detailed solution of this question. So assuming lowest score is x, so the highest score will become x plus 172 because the difference between highest and lowest is 172. Now we can say that run in 40 inning will become 40 into 50, which is 2000. And run in 38 inning is 38 into 48, which is 1824. So according to question, the difference between these two score is equals to sum of these two scores, highest and lowest. So we can say that 2000 minus in the bracket x plus in small bracket x plus 172 equals to 1824. So we can calculate the value of x, which becomes 1828 minus 2x equals to 1824. So we get the value of x, which becomes, when we take the difference and dividing by 2, we get the value of x, which is 2. So we can say that the highest score will become, because x is 2 and the highest score is x plus 172. So we get highest score, which is 174. So fourth one is the correct answer of this question. Next one. 24 students collected money for donation. The average contribution was 50 rupees. Later on, their teacher also contributed some money. Now the average contribution is 56 rupees. The teacher's contribution is, and this question is asked in SSC CGL 2021 exam. So there are four options. First one is 56 rupees, second is 200, third one is 106 rupees, and fourth one is 194 rupees. Now you have 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution of this question. So 24 students collected money for donation and the average contribution was 50. So we can calculate the total collection by multiplying 24 into 50. We get the total collection of money. Later on, their teacher also contributed some money. Now the average contribution become 56. So we can calculate it, total contribution after including the teacher. Then we can subtract it and we get the contribution of the teacher. So the correct answer of this question is second one, which is 200 rupees. Now see the detailed solution of this question. So the contribution of teacher will become 24 into 56 minus 50 plus 56. So which is equals to 144. 24 into 6, we got 144 plus 56. So it will become 200 rupees. So second is the correct answer of this question. Next one. The average weight of the student in a group was 75.4 kg. Later on, 4 students having weight 72.9 kg, 73.8 kg, 79.5 kg and 87.4 kg joined the group. As a result, the average weight of all the students in the group increased by 0.24 kg. What was the number of students in the group initially? And this question is asked in SSC CHSL exam in 2019. So there are four options. First one is 46, second is 36, third one is 40, and third one is 50, and fourth one is 48. Now you have 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution of this question. So the question says that the average weight of the group is, which is given 75.4 kg, but number of students we don't know. But it is also says that 4 students having weight 72.9, 73.8, 79.5 and 87.4 join the group. As the result, average weight of all the students increased by 0.24 kg. So we need to calculate the number of students in group initially. So the correct answer of this question is first one, which is 46. Now see the detailed solution of this question. So assuming number of student be n, so the total weight will become 75.4 into n. So after joining of the four student, weight of the group will become 75.4 plus 0.24, which becomes 75.64 kg. So the total weight will become 75.64 multiplying by n plus 4, because each student weight increased by 0.24 kg. So according to question, we can say that 75.64 multiplying by n plus 4, which should be equals to 75.4 into n plus 72.9 plus 73.8 plus 79.5 and 87.4 we adding. So we can calculate the value of n, which becomes 0.84 n equals to 313.6 minus 302.56. So when we simplifying it, we get the value of n, which is equals to 11.0504 upon 0.24. So we can simplifying it and we get the value of n, which is 46. So the initial number of student in the group is 46. First one is the correct answer of this question. Next one. The average of n number is 36 if each of 75% of the number is increased by 6 and each of the remaining number is decreased by 9. Then the new average of the number is, and this question is asked in SSC CHSL exam in 2020. So there are four options. First one is 37.125, second is 33.75, third one is 38.25, and fourth one is 36.25. Now you have 10 seconds to solve this question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution of this question. So question says that the average of n number is 36 if each of 75% of the number is increased by 6 and remaining decreased by 9. So what will be the new average of the number? So we can calculate it by applying the average formula. So the correct answer of this question is third one, which is 38.25. Now see the detailed solution. So assuming total number be 100, so average will become 36. Now sum will become 36 into 100, which is equal to 3600. So the 75% of 100 will become 75. And their average will become 75 into, which is increased by 6. So 75 into 6 will become 450. And this is increased in 75 numbers. Now total decrease is 25 into minus 9, which is 225. So we can say that the increase in 100 number will become 450 minus 225, which is equals to 225. So 3600 plus 225 will become 3825. And now we need to calculate the average. So the required average will become 3825 upon 100, which is equal to 38.25. So third one is the correct answer of this question. Next one. The average of some number is 54.6. If 75% of the number are increased by 5.6 each and the rest are decreased by 8.4 each, then what is the average of the number so obtained? And this question is asked in SSC CGL exam in 2020. So there are four options. First one is 56.7. Second one is 55.6. Third one is 55.8. And fourth one is 56.3. Now you have 10 seconds to solve this question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution of this question. So question says that the average of some number is 54.6. If 75% of the number are increased by 5.6 each and rest are decreased by 8.4 each, So we can calculate it. So what is the average of the number so obtained? So we applying the average formula and we can easily calculate it by applying some basic calculation. So the correct answer of this question is first one, which is 56.7. Now see the detailed solution of this question. So assuming there are four numbers, each of 54.6 value, because average is given. So sum of these four numbers will become 54.6 into 4, which is equal to 218.4. Now according to question, 75% of the total increased by 5.6. So we can say that 75, it means 3 by 4. So it means 3, which is increased by 5.6. So total will become 3 into 54.6 plus 5.6. And 25% decrease by 8.4. It means only one number. So 1 by 4 of 4, which is 1. So 54.6 minus 8.4. So sum of these four number will become 3 into 54.6 plus 5.6 plus 1 into 54.6 minus 8.4, which got 3 into 60.2 plus 46.2, which is equal to 226.8. Now the new average will become 226.8 dividing by 4, which is equal to 56.7. So first one is the correct answer of this question. Thank you.